Well, Moses, the Bobcats hit the road taking on the Sherwood Park Crusaders last night.
Yeah, you know what? It's become a familiar theme for the Bobcats, taking on the Crusaders for the third time in 10 days. Cats also looking to snap that 3-game losing skid. The good news, however, for them, the road teams have won the first 2 contests, so good omen for the orange and black. We'll pick it up, tied at 1s in the third, a great chance in close for Bowen Croft. Chase Martin, though, was good in this one, making the big stop here. A little bit later, Austin McDonald sent in on the partial break, tries to go backhand, shot goes wide. Less than 5 minutes to go, Bobcats can't clear, a chance down low for the Crusaders here. Danny Smith robbed by Martin. He's been great for that game for them. Anyways, just 90 ticks left. Jason Wark takes the pass over the line, makes a little toe drag and snaps it home, giving the visitors the 1-goal lead. Last chance for the Crew. Goalie's pulled, shot from the point, gets stopped by Martin. Puck just doesn't want to go in. The Bobcats hang on for the 2-1 victory. Elsewhere in the AJ, despite being outshot 44-23, the Bonneville Pontiacs also snapping a losing streak themselves, defeating Spruce Grove 3-2. The Ponts were 3 for 4 on the man advantage. Ty Carey scored the game winner. Luke Mahura added a pair of goals himself. The Ponts will host the Bobcats Friday night. Here we go. One of the most competitive bantam tournaments in the country gets underway this weekend. The Lloydminster Universal Heat are in southern Alberta as one of the 16 hand-picked teams granted entry to the Medicine Hat Hockey Hounds Bantam AAA tournament. Emmett Murphy has more.
The Universal Heat have been tearing up the Alberta Major Bantam Hockey League this year, losing just once in 15 games. With a nearly unblemished record, they're prepared for this weekend.
Some good competition, definitely. We've done really well for the first part of the season, and this tournament's going to be a huge test for us. We're expecting huge things out of this one.
I just want to go in there working hard, and it's going to be tough to get all 6 wins, so might have to go through some ups and downs during the round robin, and whatever it takes to win the tournament, we'll enjoy it.
In order to advance to Sunday's finals, the Heat will have to dispose of the top teams from across Western Canada.
We're just going to have to play our game. We want to come out, make sure we're hitting everything in sight and making good plays, especially in our own end, and taking care of business. And then once we get it into the offensive zone, that's where we shine. So.
The Heat's greatest strength is their offense, averaging close to 6 goals a game. But they'll have to shut down even more dynamic attacks, like SSAC Edmonton, who has the AMBHL's top scorer, Tyler Benson.
We definitely lost a little bit of scoring touch with a couple injuries and things too. So we had guys step up and fill in those gaps, and we're back in the lineup now, and everything looks strong coming this tournament.
Whenever I step on the ice against him, I just want to make sure I play smart against him and don't be too over aggressive, because he's got the skill to go around you. So just play smart and back up hard against him.
Round robin play wraps up Friday night. The finals are set for Sunday. Emmett Murphy, Newcap Sports.
Anything short of finishing in the top 3 in the standings for the Lakeland women's volleyball team would be a disappointment. The Rustlers are 4-0 and are looking to continue their reign as one of the teams to beat in the ACAC. Stefan Ketchmar has more.
The Rustlers have only dropped 2 sets all year in 4 games. Those 2 sets happen to come in the most recent game, where Olds College caught the Rustlers off guard and exploited them on the transition attack.
If you don't play well, that team's going to have a chance to beat you. So maintaining that focus isn't too tough, because we know we've been there, and we don't want to lose a game where we definitely should be winning.
This week, the team focused on continuing the rally and not allowing easy points, working on the defensive side of the ball. Though the players are happy with the start, it's a long season.
It's taking one game at a time for sure. Can't take that 4-0, can't let it get to our heads too much. It's definitely one game at a time.
The veterans know what it takes to be around the top of the standings and how to stay there. Coach Dyer isn't afraid of the team losing focus.
If we don't beat the teams that we should, we're going to make things real tough on ourselves. And so are we record watching, standing watching? Not really, no. We're just making sure that we're ready to play every day.
Expectations are high, and the players know how good they can be. It's just a matter of executing.
We just have to play our game. We have to bring the competition from our side and keep it going from our side. We know how to bring it. We just have to do it.
The Rustlers welcome a winless SAIT team to Lakeland College for a pair of games on the weekend. Stefan Ketchmar, Newcap Sports.
Meanwhile, starting off the season with a 4-0 record themselves, the Lakeland women's basketball team faces their toughest challenge yet as they head down to southern Alberta for a pair of road games. Once again, here's Stefan Ketchmar.
Coming off a bye week where the team worked on everything from conditioning to set plays, the Rustlers are eager to get back onto the court where they'll meet two of the most physical teams of the ACAC, Olds College and SAIT.
We just worked on preparing offensively, kind of executing some of our sets, and really focusing on defensively being physical on the ball. Both teams this weekend are very, very strong, so that's going to be a focus of ours this weekend.
Although the team currently sits in one of the top 4 spots in the standings, it's important that their record doesn't get into their heads. They need to continue their strong play.
We really need to improve on playing off of our strengths. I think sometimes when we get really successful, as crazy it is, we sometimes go away from those things.
And it doesn't matter whether a team is 4-0 or 0-4. The Rustlers are keen on playing their game with tough tests ahead, including a home-and-home against Grand MacEwan. The next few games will be a major measuring stick as to where this team is heading.
Our next 4 games will really tell us, are we a contender right now or are we in the middle of the road? So I think we have some work to do still. I hope the girls come really focused attention to detail and hopefully we have some success.
The girls have a couple of goals in mind down the stretch, including an undefeated home record. But before they get the chance to add to their home win total, the Rustlers will need to take care of business this weekend. Stefan Ketchmar, Newcap Sports.
Thanks a lot, Stefan, for both those stories. Let's move on to the Baker Hughes Bobcats. They just sit 1 point out of the first place in the Dodge division with a 7-3-4 record. A big part of the team's early success has been the play of Connor James. Matt Schumont has more on the offensive defenseman and this week's superstar next door.
Connor James got into hockey as soon as he was able to lace up a pair of skates. Now playing at the AAA level, Connor will never forget where it all started.
Skating around on the backyard rink a lot as a kid, playing at home, Bryce, Bobby, homeboys, we've been playing hockey together ever since initiation. It's just little things, like that.
Growing up, kids usually look up to their favorite athlete. However, Connor idolized someone that's been with him since day one.
I kind of looked up to my dad, He's a big mentor for me in my hockey career, so.
Through 14 games, the defensive standout is at a point-a-game pace, leading all defensemen in scoring, including racking up 11 assists.
It's not a big deal, it just points don't really matter much, as long as our team's winning, I'm happy.
He's a guy that skates unbelievably well for a defenseman. He's always jumping up in the play. If anything, he kind of does that a little too often. He doesn't like to maybe move the puck as quick as he needs to in the defensive zone, but he's getting better and better with that. And he's just he's a game breaker kind of guy.
With plenty of hockey left to be played, Connor will not only be focusing on how he does, he's hoping he can take his team to one of the biggest tournaments in midget AAA hockey.
I'm more of an offensive defensive, but I'm trying to work on being more defensive and help my team that way. I'm just trying to keep putting up points and their team can get more wins and hopefully get into this Max tournament coming up here and do good in that.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.